Recently, I helped a student unlock a significant amount of power on his serve in just about 10 or 15 minutes. And in this video, I'm going to show you exactly how I did it. Here's how his serve looked before. I'm going to play it first in full motion. And so a little bit of a cheat here. I want you to keep an eye on his left foot. I'll go ahead and play through two of these serves. This is before we did any work or drills together. And you'll see he's got a smooth, flowing motion. He's got great throwing mechanics. And I mean, he's hitting pretty big serves. But what's happening here, I'll show you that second one. And if you kept an eye on his left foot, maybe you caught on. What's happening is his left foot is getting sticky. And rather than unweighting and driving up through his legs completely to launch his body into the court, look at how the toes of his left foot are getting stuck. And so his right foot is having to pass up his left and almost kind of take like a stride forwards. And look at how his left foot is kind of counterbalancing that as his body unwinds and rotates. His left foot is going backwards away from where it started, while his right foot is stepping and striding into the court to kind of catch his balance and catch his momentum into the shot. Now, he's still hitting a pretty strong, solid serve, but people come to see me because they want to get better results, right? And so if there's some link in the chain that is sticky or rooted, or it's not allowing the body to move freely and in a flowing motion, even though his upper body is undoubtedly smooth and relaxed and flowing, he's not really getting all the energy he should off of the ground. So, by the way, way back in the day, you weren't allowed to leave the court and jump on your serve. And if you learned how to play tennis a really, really, really long time ago, occasionally I see this pattern where players are like purposefully trying not to leave the court because it used to be against the rules. This is many decades ago. So it kind of reminds me of that. But if you look at any world-class player over the last 20, 30, I mean, frankly, probably 40 years, you will see, without exception, modern-day players are landing on their left foot, as opposed to this student landing on his right foot. So this is something you can look for in your own serve. If you are touching down first, if you're a right-handed player, and you're touching down first on your right foot, your left foot is probably overly anchored and rooted on the ground, and you're not getting the drive off the planet that you should be to get all the momentum out of your body that you could. So here, let me show you a quick example. Here's Carlos, so you can kind of visualize this, and then I'll show you the drill and I'll show you the after results. So here's Carlos, and I want you to watch his left foot and watch how instead of getting stuck, both feet launch off the court. And look at how his left foot is transitioning forwards instead of backwards. And that's because he's going to be catching himself on that left foot and releasing and launching his whole body upwards and forwards. This is very much like the finish position of a baseball pitcher launching a ball towards home plate. So again, like the key kind of symptom to look for here is the left foot landing first or is the right foot landing first? If the right foot is landing first, in my experience, you're probably leaving a significant amount of energy on the table. Okay, so here's the drill, and then I'll show you the after serve, which again, this only took about 5 or 10 minutes or so. So I'll play through a little bit of this. All I did was put down a plastic cone. Thinking back on this, I should have put down like a shirt or a towel or something like that, just for safety. So this is just what I had readily available after analysis, but in hindsight, probably should have gone up and grabbed a towel from the viewing area. But my only instruction to him was, I want both feet to aggressively leave the court, and I want you to land on your front foot over the top of the cone. So I'm not asking him to jump inside the court, by 3 feet, or we're not making a long jump or anything here. Just enough that he's going to have to really deliberately and consciously drive and push and extend and lead out with that left foot. So watch the difference here, how now both feet, just like Carlos, are driving and leaving. That means he's unweighting more of his body, pushing through his lower body and driving more energy up towards the point of contact. And now he's landing on that left foot instead of the right foot, And again, just like Carlos, he's coming down in essentially a throwing position or a pitching position. So that was without a ball. That's where I recommend you start. And now here, I'll play you 2 serves. So this is after. I left the cone down just for some reinforcement and also for the physical goal of him getting up over the top of the cone. And so, by the way, this is a soccer cone. Like, you can totally land on this and you're fine, but it's a little bit slippery. And in hindsight, I probably should have used a towel. Okay, so anyway, watch the difference aesthetically here. He's going to now be landing on his left foot. I'm going to play these in full motion first. Watch the difference in how his motion looks. He's got lots more energy going up and out into the court. And he's now releasing through much stronger. He's coming to a rest inside the court much further. He's getting much more energy off the ground and into the court. And he's landing now in a much more athletic position and transferring much further into the court. This all these little upgrades in momentum and energy transfer make their way into the point of contact and through the ball. And anytime you can get 5%, 10%, free up some energy with any part of the body, it matters. It makes its way down to the bottom line, aka like the actual speed or heaviness or spin that you're putting on the ball. So this just took place over the span of like 10 or 15 minutes or so. Looking forward to seeing how this player can continue to incorporate this and make it smoother, more dynamic. If you're not sure, if you're making this mistake, record yourself, watch it back, just use your phone, just use the camera app. You don't need anything super fancy, just use the camera app on your phone, and you can copy this drill to unweight yourself more aggressively and hit a better serve. Hope this was super helpful. Thanks so much for watching, and I hope you're doing well. Keep up the great work in your game. I'll talk to you again soon.